Welcome everybody to our Green Acres. I'm so glad you came over to our channel today. And if you are new to my channel, I want to introduce myself. My name is Teresa. Y'all, everybody, welcome to my channel. So glad you came over today, and I'm going to share with y'all today 10 Christmas DIY projects under $5. I'm going to take some things that I have around my home, some things that I've acquired at thrift stores and yard sales, very inexpensive, and I'm going to transform them for y'all, give y'all lots of ideas that you can decorate your home for Christmas without spending a lot of money. This video is also in collaboration with 2 other amazing YouTube channels. I'm going to feature and give y'all 10 DIY projects, but make sure to go over and check out their channels because they're going to have 20 more for y'all. So 3 channels and 30 unique thrift store Christmas DIY projects. I hope y'all enjoy the video and get lots of inspiration. If you haven't joined my Facebook home decor page, I'd love for you to go over and join it, and also go over and follow me on Pinterest and Instagram. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd love for you to. And also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a video. Thanks so much. Okay, y'all, the first Christmas project we're going to transform today is going to be some cone trees. Now, I purchased these at a yard sale a few years ago, and as you can see, I've got some that you'll see in a minute. They're gold glittery. These were silver glittery, and I've used these several years in my home, but now I want to update them and make them more neutral. And like I told y'all, I'm going for more of a winter wonderland theme this year. So I'm just going to wrap some yarn around them, and I got this yarn at Walmart, and I'm going to use 2 different kinds of yarns. I'm going to make some that are kind of a cream color and some that are more white. Now you just want to glue the bottom band and get it started really good, and once you get it started, then you just wrap around and you just use hot glue as you need it. And go around the whole cone. Once you get to the tip, then you just want to secure it down with some hot glue and cut off your yarn. And it's as easy as that. You can embellish these little trees so many ways, and I'll show you in the staging. I'm going to put some fringe tassel and little pom-poms on it that I purchased at Hobby Lobby, and I just pinned them on so I can always change out my embellishments. Now here's the gold ones. I have 2 of these, and I did 2 of the silver ones. Now, and I didn't tell you, I paid $1 each for these. I think the lady had 5, and I purchased all she had, and I paid $5 for them. So I'm going to do the same thing for the gold one. I'm just going to secure down the bottom to get my yarn going, and just to make sure my base is good and covered. And if you ever, start covering it, and when you get finished, you have some, some holes in it, and you can still see the base of your tree, all you have to do is just go in, fill in those spaces with some yarn, as you need to. But these actually, once you get to going around and get a rhythm for it, these go really fast. Now this was more of a chunky type yarn. I loved it. It's super soft. It's got more of a little velvet feel to it. And again, once I got to the end, I just secured it off with some hot glue, and I cut my yarn. Now these I left plain, but you could always embellish these with whatever you want to also. Now the next one I'm going to show you, if you do not have little trees that you've purchased at a thrift store or a yard sale, here's a little dollar tree. This was one of those little tinsel trees. I've removed the tinsel. I've used this in a previous project, so I've already removed the tinsel. But if you see little cone tinsel trees at Dollar Tree, always pick those up because you can do so many things with them. Now this one doesn't have as good a base to it. It's got a lot of open area on it, so it's a little bit harder to get the yarn going, but I just kind of hot glued on those little forms, and I used that for my base. Now I went all the way around it, and I didn't worry about having holes. What I did was, when I got it all covered, I went back and I put a second layer on it, and it made it look real full and plush, and it filled in all those areas that you could see the form. Now where I got to this bar right here in the middle, I went on and secured it down really good with some hot glue, and again when I got to the end of this one, I did the same thing. Just secure it down with some hot glue, and you've got some, you've just updated now these Christmas cones. And These, you know, if you price these at Hobby Lobby or even go out online and try to purchase some of these, they can run up into the money. So very inexpensively, we just transformed some that we picked up at a yard sale and Dollar Tree.
It was the night before Christmas. I was closing down for business in my little prison shop, when the bell on the door jingled once more, and then time almost came to a stop. But somehow I knew, and maybe so did you, that everything would change from now on.
Like I told y'all at the first of the video, this is a collaboration with two other amazing YouTube channels, Julie at Julie's Designs and Signs. Make sure after you get finished watching my 10 Christmas decor projects, make sure to go over and check out another 10 over on Julie's channel, and also Sherry. Now, when I first started watching Julie's channel, y'all, she always made a lot of things out of embroidery hoops. She says she always found these at thrift stores, and she's right, you can. So, you know, just a tribute to her and what she taught me, I'm going to make my first little project with an embroidery hoop. Now, I'm taking some flour sack cloth. I cut around the, you know, just to get my circle form. I just kind of freehanded it with my pen, and then I went around and cut it a little bit larger than my embroidery hoop, and I doubled my fabric just to make it a little bit thicker. Now I'm going to take an Iron Orchid Design Transfer. I love this one. This is more of a French country book, and I'm going to leave the name of it up on the screen because I'm not going to be able to pronounce it either. But I love this design, and like I say, it just screams French country to me, but this makes such a unique Christmas ornament for your tree. So in putting transfers on fabric, I learned this from Julie. It is super easy, and the transfers adhere to fabric very well. So you just put, you know, cut out whatever transfer you want to do, and then you just go over it with your scraper. You peel off that, you know, that clear top, and look what a pretty transfer this is. I love her. Now I'm just going to put her in the hoop. I'm going to secure her down. I'm going to add a little ribbon, and I'm going to let you see what a beautiful Christmas ornament this made, and was super easy and very inexpensive. So the next time you see embroidery hoops at the thrift store, think about Julie, and also just think about how many things that you can make, you know, to decorate your home with them. Now for 10 more thrift store Christmas projects, make sure to go out and check out Sherry over at Canterbury Cottage. She's going to have 10 amazing projects also. Sherry she hit YouTube by storm, y'all. Let me tell you, she's got a video that's got over 400,000 views. That is just how well her channel is, and how much people go out and watch her videos, because that's how amazing her projects are. But she inspired me to make a little book ornament. You take a paperback book or whatever book you have, and you just want to cut it in fours. Sherry, to get more info on how she does it, make sure to go over and subscribe to her channel, and she's got several videos on how to make these little cute little books. But I think she cuts them with the miter saw, but I got Ben to go out and cut this one for me, and we just cut it in fours. But I'm just going to make one book today. I painted it with chalk paint white. I went out and I resized a graphic that I downloaded from the Graphics Fairy, and then I'm just going to kind of make it work. The graphic will fit over the top really well where I resized it, but I need something for my binder, so I'm just going to use the full size of the graphic, cut some of it off, and just make me a binder that way. Now I'm just going to adhere mine with a glue stick. Sherry, she uses Mod Podge, but you can adhere it with whatever glue you want to. And I'm not going to put anything on the back because you're not going to see it. But now you've got this cute little book. And now, y'all, you can use these for so many things. You can hang them on your Christmas tree, or you can put them in your tier trays. And when Sherry did the video on this, she's got tons of graphics that she links for you in the description box of her video. So she gives you lots of ideas on how to get graphics and gives you the resources to go out and print them. Once I got my graphic glued on, I just went around with some scissors and I trimmed it up. Now I'm going to embellish it for you and show you what a cute little Christmas ornament this makes. And it's very unique. It was very inexpensive because a lot of times you can pick up books at thrift stores. You can go, there's a public library here near me and they sell them for $0.25. So very inexpensive little, unique ornament that you can make. And I also put a little piece of lace in it and gave it a little bookmark. I added a little pearl handle to it. I just glued it in the center of the book, and look how cute this is. So make sure to go over, check out Sherry's channel, subscribe, and see her 10 thrift flip Christmas projects she's going to do in this collaboration. Now the next project, I'm going to use a sign that I purchased recently at a yard sale, and I had this in a yard sale video, yard sale haul video, and I paid $2 for it. When I saw this wood, I love the character of it, I love the patina, I love the cracks in it, and I knew I could just, redo it. So I'm going to redo it, and I'm going to turn it into something I can use for Christmas. I chalk painted it. I went over it with my candle wax. I chalk painted it, and then I distressed it with my plastic scraper. Now I'm going to use another Iron Orchid design transfer sheet. I love this one. I've used it several times already. It's got a ton of wording on it to where you can do so many projects with this one sheet. But I love that market. It is a very big graphic design, so I knew I wanted to do something really unique with it, so I thought it would look great on this really aged piece of wood, and it did. So again, you just want to place it down where you want it. I'm going to put it in the center, and this is what I try to teach you is when you decorate for Christmas, you don't necessarily have to do everything as a Christmas theme. You can take some projects, do them to where you can leave them out all year long, but add Christmas embellishments to them, and then you can change it out when Christmas is over and you still got, decor for your home. And I think this turned out really great. So I embellished it with a little holly and some pine cones and a little rustic ribbon, and I think this turned out so cute. And I know I'll use this in my home so many places. Now I want to share with y'all some vintage candy canes I run across. This is not really a DIY because I'm not going to do anything with them, but I wanted to share them with y'all because I thought you'd enjoy seeing them, and just something to keep your eye out for if you're ever in the thrift store or yard sale. I got these at a church yard sale recently and paid 50 cents each for them. Love these. They're vintage, they're worn, there's no telling how old they are, but I just wanted to give you an idea. If you see things like this, pick them up. Bundle them up, and they make such great decor pieces to stage in your home around Christmas time.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun.
Something else I love to pick up when I see it in thrift stores or yard sales is little carousel or little rocking horses. I've done several videos on these, and anytime I see them, I pick them up. I love them. This is a little Christmas ornament, and he was actually broke, and we super glued him, so you're not even going to know he was damaged. I took some white linen chalk paint. I went over him with a couple of coats of paint. I've brightened him up, and I just added a really pretty poofy, bushy little tail consisting of some scrap fabrics I had, some lace, and some pearls. and that was all I did. And look what a beautiful Christmas ornament this made. And y'all, I probably paid 50 cents to $1 for this, and I think I picked this up actually at a yard sale, and I think I bundled it, so it was very inexpensive. So just another idea of when you see things, maybe they're not the right color you need, remember you can always go home, you can always paint it whatever color you want it to be. Now, another horse that I found at a yard sale, and I paid $3 for this. Now, he is gorgeous, and he is a good size. He's on a black base, and he's not wood, but he is, I don't know, he's some kind of like brown type. I don't know what he's made out of, but anyway, he's got good texture and great bones. So I painted him white. I left the pole the original color because I like that patina, and I'm taking another piece of that big sheet of transfer. And like I say, y'all, if you want to invest in a transfer, this is the one. And I'm just going to add it to the base just to give it something, and I'm also going to put a little bit on my horse just to give him a little bit of decoration. And I think this just really, I don't know, just took him to a whole different level. And I'm going to do the same thing with him. I'm going to do a little distressing around the base, and I'm going to give him a little bit because he had a great color brown a base, so he just, I don't know, I had to go over it with a sanding block. Y'all know I love to distress, so I couldn't resist on him. And again, I'm just going to take some scrap ribbons and fabrics that I had, and I'm just going to make him a really poofy tail also. Now, my last video, I don't know if y'all have seen it yet, but I'll link it below. But I had a little acrylic clear horse that I transformed, and I made a little quick little fabric wreath to go around his neck, and I had a lot of people inquire about how I did it. You just take a pipe cleaner and you take some little scrap fabric. This fabric I'm using is stretchy, so it kind of pulls, and it's perfect for this project. Cover your pipe cleaner as much as you need it. You can go all the way around and make it into a circle, or if you want to make it easy to attach to your project, I just leave the ends open and I hot glue some flour sack cloth strips to each end, and then you can tie it and form it in a circle. These make great embellishments. Like if you have like a little, Christmas cottage thing, you can make little wreaths like this for your little villages, houses. You can just make your own, and they're so easy and quick to make. And to me, they just, I don't know, I think I like these better than if you added like just a little green wreath, because these just they're fluffy, and like I say, they just add a little bit more of a little shabby chic vibe to it. But here it is. I'm going to stage it with a little tree that I'm about to show y'all how to make here in just a minute, and just to give you another idea of a very inexpensive way you can make your own little wreaths to embellish some of your projects.
A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed to slide. We got into a drifted bank, and then we got upside. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Now this project is going to be another yard sale find, and I paid $5 for this. This was also in my yard sale haul video. I love this. You can tell this is old. It was probably handmade. You can see the little nails in it, and I love this. But as soon as I saw it, I automatically thought this would make a great piece for Christmas. You can add greenery to it, little ornaments. You can put candy canes in it, Christmas cards. Now I'm going to use my candle wax method, and I'm going to use a new paint. I have been dying to use milk paint, and y'all comment below if you've ever used milk paint, because I've been intrigued with it, and I ordered this. I don't know, I've had it a while. I ordered it off Amazon, and I'll have it linked in my Amazon store. But you just mix it with equal parts of water. You can make it as thick or as thin as you want, and the instructions say that it will be opaque looking. But to me, I felt like I needed to make it a little bit thicker, but I just went over it with, a couple more coats. I think drying it with a hair dryer, I think you get a better effect. So if you want a piece and have more of a whitewash look, this is how you can achieve that, and I think it worked out really well. But the milk paint actually has like some little grainy texture, and that's the way it is designed. So when you go over it, with a sanding block or your plastic scraper, you're going to pick up those little textured pieces, and then that's going to leave your base showing. And so it was very easy to get that chippy, worn look with this milk paint. So actually, I love the milk paint. So if y'all want to try it, I recommend it. Like I say, I've been dying to try it. I ordered it, and then like everything else, you kind of get intimidated with it for some reason. And the biggest thing to me about the intimidation of doing things is, the first thing is just take it out. And just go with it. A lot of times don't leave it in the box or the cabinet. Get it out. Let's try it. So then I go over it with my stencil that I just purchased off Amazon. You get a whole pack of different kind of trees, y'all, for less than $10. They're also going to be linked in my Amazon store. And I just went over it with some green and some brown. I sanded it to make it look like it was worn into the box. And y'all, now look, this was like an aged piece. Just something that is very vintage looking. And like I say, we can add, there's so many things you can add to it. Like I told y'all, greenery, candies. We can put your, Christmas cards in it. The sky's the limit on it. So I think this piece turned out really cute.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe. And I've gotten you a present that I put under the tree. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. The snow is falling down, and the storm is on its way. But as long as you're around.
Now, while I had the milk paint out and I had some left over, I decided to make over one of these little furniture legs. Now, I purchased these at a yard sale a couple years ago, and I paid $2 each for them, and I purchased 4 of them. And I'm going to show y'all in an upcoming video how I obtained some for free, and tell y'all how easy it is to transform these into different little risers and pedestals, especially around Christmas time when we have our little brush trees out. These make great pieces to display your little brush trees. And all I did was put my milk paint on it. I went over it with my sanding block, distressed them really well, and just to give you another idea when you're decorating, these type pieces. And like I say, if you've got old furniture that you're throwing out or something, make sure to take those little feet off of them and save them, because they make great decor pieces that you can just transform them and use them on your projects.
Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Another year went by, but the difference this time is that ever since July, I've been happier than
Now, this is probably one of my favorite finds at a yard sale. I have looked for ice skates for, a few years now. And my friend finally scored them for me. She actually eyed them before I did. Didn't even know I was looking for them. And she said, look at these ice skates. They were $3. So I'm going to show y'all just an easy way of how we can decorate with them. Because like I say, there's nothing we're going to do to them. They're aged. They're gorgeous, just like they are. But I just took some strips of some fur ribbon. I hot glued some dyed coffee stained flour sack cloth to the ends just to make some bows, some ties on it, and you can just wrap that around really easy to your eye skates, and that way if you want to take it off you can, just to give y'all some ideas, you know. So eye skates, and after I did my yard sale haul and I featured these eye skates, my neighbor texted me and said she had some that were her daughter's, and if she still had them I could have them. She didn't know if she donated them to Goodwill or not. So, you know, reach out. Maybe if you have your Facebook page, reach out to your neighbors and your friends and see if anybody's got some ice skates sitting around. You know, you never know. So this is a Goodwill find. I purchased this a couple years ago, and I think I paid 99 cents for it. You know, of course, the front is got that on it. It's kind of like it's burnt into the wood, but I knew the back of it I could make something out of it, and I've just had this in my craft supplies up until now, and I finally thought, you know what, I'm getting this out, I'm going to transform it. So just an inexpensive piece of aged wood. I went over it with a little bit of watered down craft paint to stain it so I'll have a good base, and then I'm going to use my lock and key molds, and y'all, I love these, and my friend Jackie from RUTH and Ruby sent me these, and I absolutely love these. You just go over your molds with your cornstarch, so you know once you get your clay in there it's easy for it to lift out. And I'm just going to go over several of these because I'm going to use several of the molds in this design. And you just want to take your clay, you want to work it in with your hands, get it kind of warm, and then just work it into your mold. And you know, like I always tell y'all, remove as much of the excess off the edges as you can and flatten out the back really good so it will adhere to your base of your project and lay flat. Now once you get it and you've put that cornstarch in it, you know, it really kind of comes out once you get it started on its own. But look how cute these are. Now I just went around and made several. I made my base of my tree, you know, it's a key, upside down key, and then I just kind of formed them on my wood, and I just kind of curved up those on the bottom, just kind of make it look like branches, and they were kind of curling up. And then I always adhere my clay molds with wood glue. It holds really well. Now I'm just going to go around my wood with my candle wax. I'm going to go over it with my white linen chalk paint. I'm going to distress it. I'm going to add a ribbon tie to it so we can hang it up. And I also added, y'all know I am not tired of words and quotes. So I love still adding words to things. But I added London to this because that was on that sheet of transfer that I had. So I just cut it out. I scraped it on. And it just added another little element and detail to it. So I think this little rustic Christmas tree turned out so cute. And so many things you can make out of those clay molds for Christmas. Okay, y'all, it's getting toward the end of the video again, and I want to thank y'all for coming over. If you're new to my channel and coming over from Julie or Sherry's channels, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and come back for more. Also, if you want to know where to get these beautiful stockings that I have featured today, JUNQUE and Disorderly Gals, I'm going to leave their information down below. Make sure to go over and check them out on Instagram. Follow them. They have so many cute little projects that they've made for Christmas, and I know they would love to help you out if you want to order some. And I'm going to leave the information to Julie and Sherry's channels down below. Make sure to go out and see 20 more unique thrift store Christmas DIY decor items, y'all. Under $5. You're not going to be disappointed. So as always, y'all, appreciate y'all for coming over and watching. I hope you'll subscribe if you're not already. And I will plan to see y'all in my next video. Love y'all.